Hey, good evening, Map here, Map Investments. Hope you're all doing okay. So let's go over today's action. We have the dollar over 90. Now, today we had a knee jerk reaction, um, and we have some volatility in the markets today because we had the Fed speaking at 2 p.m. And basically, what they said was that they are looking to possibly taper. Let's go to 2 p.m. news here. I don't know if it's going to go back that far. Yeah, it should on the news bot. So, the FOMC minutes, a number of the participants suggested if the economy continued to make rapid progress toward the committee's goals, it might be appropriate at some point in upcoming meetings to begin discussing a plan for adjusting the pace of asset purchases. Because right now, as we know, the Fed is buying it all. They're doing everything. They're just propping up this market. And I think what they did today was basically jawbone that they're going to slow down their asset purchases, eventually probably raise interest rates, yada, yada, yada. And in my opinion, they're not doing none of that. So you got a knee jerk reaction in the dollar, and that caused also volatility in the markets. I just don't think that the Fed. I think they're in a corner. I think that with all the national debt that this country has and all of these plans that the government's trying to accomplish, not only that, but the deficits that they're running, I think their deficits are probably close to 3 trillion. The Fed's balance sheet, the last time I checked, was 7 trillion. Our national debt, the last time I checked, it was 28 trillion. I mean, it's just trillions and trillions of dollars. You think they can afford to raise interest rates? They won't be able to service the debt. So who are they fooling? I mean, that's just my. The last time they tried to raise interest rates, they raised them once or twice, and the market started going down, and they had to start cutting. We've had basically low interest rates since the Great Recession of '08, and not even that. We had it when Greenspan was there with the .com. It's horrible. It's horrible, and unfortunately today with the debt that we have, I just don't. I think it's mathematically impossible not to just inflate and debase our currency into nothing. But that's my 2 cents. Bitcoin got destroyed today. It hit 30K and bounced back, and now we are at 37,000. And my video yesterday, I talked about him maybe hitting 35K based on the move on the options chain. Let's take a look at the options chain, see if they've done any updates here. So the next day 9 move, now they have it at 6,800, and now they brought back down the 37-day move to 12,000. But it did hit 30,000 today, and it bounced back, and it hit 40, and then it got rejected at 40. I made about a nickel playing that game. And I've done, if you want to go back into my archives and look at the video on the /MBT, MTB is the new product, and it's a very friendly product for small traders. Oil got annihilated today as well, even though I think the EIA report was a little bit better. It's just talking about the maybe possible Iran deal and maybe more oil coming online. But oil was down to like 62 and 62 something. Now, let's see here. I think I saw it at 62. Let's see if it tells me here the low. 64.98 was the high. 62. The 61.95, 62 bucks was the low. But we got a little bounce back. And the move for oil is almost 575 basically for the next 30 days. I think oil's heading higher based on what I'm seeing in the market, and natural gas. I think we're going to see higher energy prices. With all the travel stocks going up and the reopening of the economy, and we also have turmoil in the Middle East, so any big war can cause oil disruptions, etc. So I look for oil to go up, not only because demand's gonna come back online, but because you always have that outlier, which is geopolitical risk. Always with oil. The S&P 500 was down at one point today, at least 60 handles. The expected move was about 30 bucks, and I want to say we were down to 40.55, so about 60 handles on the day, and we did come back at the end of the day. Gold also got sold off after the news from the FOMC down to about I want to say 1955 maybe, if my mind is correct, 1952. In early in the morning, actually it was at 1952 in the morning, and it bumped up to 1851, and after the minutes it dropped back down to 1860. Right here. So a little bit under 1865. So it was pretty volatile and good action in there. What else? Let's see here. The meats have been stable and hanging in there. Copper has sold off a little bit, which is expected. It's very hot as well as lumber. Small caps all the indexes were down today. And right now, we are pretty negative on all the indexes, but nothing big from what they were. The Dow Jones was down 500 at one point. NASDAQ was down 200 and something points. And the small caps were down 50 at least. So everything came back nicely. Platinum and palladium got hit. Natural gas is hanging around $3. Silver got hit too today. The VIX is green right now and it's upticked. Grains are up a little bit. Grains, we'll see what happens. It's very tied to commodity. The commodity is very tied to the dollar. And the dollar has been weak, so that helps that. But we're also coming into the not coming into, let's say, slower season. But if you look at the back contracts, there are lower prices, so you need to take that into consideration. And also they've had some big runs, so there's a lot of factors with the grains in regards to weather and stuff like that as well. Interest rates are lower right now. But I expect them to go higher. There's nowhere to go but higher. But they're going to go higher because market forces will make them go higher. And then they're going to put the Fed in a bind. And that's what I think will eventually will happen. But we shall see. I did about 100 trades today. I ended up down a little bit on the day, but I'm still up for a week nicely. It was hard to have an update today. I was trying to hedge, trying to control my deltas in the portfolio. But for the most part, I'm always long because there's a lot of companies I like out there, reflationary trades and companies that I keep my eyes on. I don't own a lot of stocks. What I do is spreads on the companies that I like and try and make it capital efficient. And I use all kinds of different strategies based on the option chain on the underlying based on support and resistance on the chart, based on volatility on that underlying equity on the options chain. If the options are expensive, then I sell options and I do iron condors, put credit spreads, call credit spreads, broken wing butterflies, iron flies. Those are selling strategies. If the options are cheap, then there's a couple strategies that I use, which are the call calendar or put calendar, or call debit spread or put debit spread, or just buy out an option outright, which I don't like to do because options are decaying assets. But the beauty of options is you could define your risk, and you know how much you're willing to put on the trade, and you know how much you can make, etc. So I think it's less risky, less capital intensive, and just make sure you beta away your portfolio, know how much exposure you have out there in the market. On the earnings front, well, economic news we had. So we talked about the Fed. We talked about oil. On the earnings front, I know Target had a blowout quarter. They just knocked it out of the park. They were up nicely. Let me go here to the earnings. Let me see how I can get rid of. Okay, that's gone. Search and then go to earning calendar here. So JD was up 1%. Cisco I guess they didn't do well after hours, down 6.5%. There's Target that I talked about, up 6%. Lowe's down 1.23%. Vips down 11%. L Brands down 5%. FUTU pretty flat. TJX down 5%. SQM down 8%. ADI did well, up almost 5%. ZTO did well, up 5%. Keys did well. Let's see how they open up, but they did have a good report. Starbucks Carriers down a little bit. Copart up nicely. I knew they would do well with used cars being in demand, and they have an auction for salvage and cars and stuff like that. Progressive down. The insurance company, Eagle Materials down 8.86%. I didn't understand that one. I would have to look at that one. I wasn't expecting that. But that might be a decent infrastructure play. Shoe Carnival down 8%. Let's see what else here, guys. Okay, so that's it for that. I don't know. Let's see what we have for tomorrow in the morning. We only have 36 reports tomorrow. And then DM might be decent. It's been one of those movers, small caps. AMAT, Palo Alto, Canadian Solar, Kohl's, Wolf, the pet store, Ross, Eurodry is a shipper, BJ's, Lightspeed, Maxon Solar, Ralph Lauren, Hormel. So we got some good earnings tomorrow. Silver Court Metal, Children's Place, Golard, Deckers. So that's a good amount of earnings. Flower Foods. Interesting. So we'll look at that. I'll look at those. I looked at some today, and I might have put some on today. In regards to trades, bar chart. Today, for the if I'm not mistaken, a lot of stuff was down. I mean, it was, but we'll take a look and see what caught my eyes in the most active options. I can't live without this. This is where I live all day, looking for deals. I have a position in Tesla already, Apple. Let's see. Okay, so AMD announced a $4 billion buyback. So I did a call calendar. I want to say I did the 85 call calendar in there. Facebook bucked the trend. I have a call calendar in there. I did put credit spread in Freeport McMoran. That was just a good pullback for you to add on that gold copper miner. Boeing was starting to deliver the 737, so I did a broken wing butterfly on the weeklies for next week. What else here? Coinbase. Coinbase, when Coinbase came out, I did an iron condor and it didn't accommodate me. So what I did was I rolled the put side out to June for another credit and I made it wider. I feel good owning Coinbase here at these levels. I mean, I'd IPO'd at about 380 and went over 400. So I think that's a good deal. Alibaba's a good deal here, undervalued. Target blew it out of the water. DraftKings is interesting at these levels. Square, Cliff, I did put credit spreads. Let's see, Airbnb, I talked about it. We're going to go up with the travel stocks. That's a decent pickup there. Let's see what else. Baidu's undervalued, in my opinion, here. CVS has been on a tear, complete tear. RSI's up there. I needed a pullback. I think it's getting a little exaggerated, CVS, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if Plug Power reports, but that one's been acting better ever since they've announced that they're fixing their accounting irregularities. GameStop, don't understand that stock. I don't touch it. And the options chain stink. They're $10 wide. I'm not gonna get involved on that stock and tie up $1,000 in buying power or whatever it may be. I wish they had $2.50 wide strikes or dollar wide strikes. Then I'll play them more. Just two I don't want to be playing $10 wide strikes. I did put credit spread in United Steel, reflation trades. Though we need steel, those will work. Ride was up nicely. I've been hurting in Ride, so I need that one to go back up. Salesforce does not go down. It's been looking strong, but they do have earnings soon. Home Depot down a smidge, Chevron down a smidge. TJX reported, I think they reported bad. Nikola, that's a scam. I don't see any future there. I don't know. That's just been garbage. AMAT is a good one. They're reporting soon. Marvell has been doing good. Lowe's reported. Shopify, we talked about it yesterday. They had that deal with Google. Caterpillar, decent pullback. PDD, I think they have earnings coming up. QuantumScape does batteries. I did a position in Alcoa for sure on that 10% pullback. Added on that one. I did a lot of metal trades. I also got into Nucor. It was hard to get filled in Nucor because they know it's going to go higher, so they didn't want to fill me on the put credit spread. Higher car, that thing's been on a tear. I have a calendar 15 call calendar, and it's blown through it. Hopefully it pulls back and don't keep going. I would like to keep the long call. Let's see what happens on that one. That thing's been outrageous. Google was up today. I need to find out why, but anyways, it's a good company. Nike did a broken wing butterfly to a downside. MT, I did another metal company miner. I did a put credit spread. Nucor put credit spread. Roku broken wing butterfly on the put side for a credit. Let's see what else here. DoorDash was up. They had a good earnings. Beyond Me, that one's just not bucking the trend. John Deere was down big. Let's see what happens with that. Enphase, I was able to close out my spread there for a small winner after rolling. It's picking up, but going back up. That thing's been destroyed. PayPal up a little bit. IOVA got destroyed and had a problem with this. I think the CEO left the company. There's one, my best performing stock is this stock right here, Upstart. If you look at my archive, I did a crazy call calendar at the 150 strike, and it is paying me nicely. I am up nicely on Upstart. Let me see here. Actually, I could go here. I could go. No, I can go by open. Here you go. So I'm up $967 on Upstart on a calendar spread. I think maybe cost me. I probably paid. I don't know, $1.50 maybe. Up 447 today. I gotta take a look and see if I closed that out. Orders. Let's take a look at Upstart. I got filled at $1. So check out the power. Now this is a directional bet. You know, I did it before earnings. I spent $1, and my dollar right now. Well, $1 is $100. Let me rephrase that. $1 times 100 shares, $100, right? And my profit right now is 967. That's a 967% return on my money. So think about the power of those call calendar spreads or put calendar spreads uh, when doing these options. Right here, these are my best positions right here. So Upstart, Ride, Coinbase, Rollerblocks, CrowdStrike. These are my open P&Ls right now on these right here. What else can we talk about? The crypto space. If you guys know me, you know how I feel about crypto. I rather play it with options. Um, you go over here and it's sad. I'm sure a lot of people lost money. Uh, look at this. Look, the market is down 24%. I mean, you look at these coins. Ethereum down 27%. Binance Coin down 33%. Dogecoin down 28%. My wife, I did a video because I own Dogecoin at half a penny. I owned it and I sold it. I did a video on it. I regret it. But she bought it at 25 cents. And I told her when it was at 70 cents and Elon Musk was going to come out on Saturday Night Live, I go, hey, you're up to 70 cents. You doubled your money. More than doubled it. She put $500. She goes, here, put $500 on Dogecoin. I want this coin. I'm like, okay. And in like a week, she was up to 1,500. I was like, sell it, take your $1,000 profit. It's gonna go back down to 25. She's like, no, it's not gonna go back down. I go, I bet you in less than a month, it's gonna go back down to 25 cents. And today hit 22 cents. But I'm a trader at heart. So that's why I would have done that. But, are you ever going to get it back a half a penny? I don't know. Who knows? But some of these things, I mean, look at these hits, 33%, 35%, 30, 40. I mean, these are big hits, man. Big hits in this market. I mean, that's why, I'd rather play the crypto space, and this is just me, because I feel that, how about options that you have a probability of profit at entry, and you can set up your trades at 70% or better, or do all kinds of different strategies, broken wing butterflies, calendar spreads, iron condors. But here, you're just buying and hoping that someone buys higher. I don't know if you can short. I haven't really studied that crypto space like I should. I do have a couple coins there that I bought just for the hell of it. Dash, Zcash, and Bitcoin Cash. Very little. I probably put like $700 maybe, more or less $700. I think it was. It's down to $500, whatever. It's just play money. I just put it there. I'll leave it there, whatever. Like my wife did with Dogecoin. But I rather play, honestly, in my opinion, I rather play I rather play the crypto space through uh, uh, um, Coinbase or I'll even play it here through this future. Look at my Bitcoin future. Where is it? Right here. I'm up 205 on my Bitcoin future right here. Look at my Bitcoin future. So I'd rather play it through the Bitcoin future, which is very, very efficient. That contract is a Bitcoin, and you spend 2,500. Look at my prior videos. Look at my prior videos. It tells you about it. Um, I'd rather play with Coinbase, PayPal, Square, Riot, Mara, Nvidia, AMD. Now you can even do it with Western Digital, Seagate. There's 10 stocks minimum. There's stocks that are correlated to Bitcoin in one way or another, but and you put a spread on, and uh, your risk and your reward, and if it doesn't play out, you can roll it out to another month. There's so many things you could do with options give you options, what I like to say. But here with this crypto stuff, I mean, you just buy and wish it goes higher. I mean, I heard today that people were having margin calls. I mean, who in their outright mind would buy these coins on margin? You gotta be crazy. Anyways, I think I've talked enough for tonight. Let me just touch base one more thing here before I let you go. Let's take a look at the levels. Very important, because the most important thing you could do when looking at markets is no market direction. And right now, the direction of the market is still uptrend is under pressure. Uh, let's see what. Yep, uptrend under pressure, and so you got to respect that. So wouldn't say it's green skies ahead. So let's take a look at the IWM. Let's take a look at the first four indexes here. The four indexes, and then I'll let you go, so you know what's up for tomorrow. So here's the IWM 217.95. So we have a little gap down here, and we have a candle that it closed. It closed, and then it closed on the top of the candle, which is a bullish sign. The other thing is the gap going to get filled? Because there's a little gap there down. So are we going to go back down? Are we going to go back to the 50-day line, the 2299, or are we going to continue to go down? So the MACD still kind of not doing anything, and we had a big red bar there again. So I would be cautious, especially on the IWM and the QQQ. Now the Dow and the SPY are better looking right now. So the Nasdaq did have a nice green, The Nasdaq was green at one point, and we had a big bar here. So the Nasdaq, I would say, is better than the small caps. I think we would all agree on that one. But we're still under the 50-day. And then the SPY, touched the 50-day, and we bounced back up. So, but we have a big red bar, and MACD looks ugly, but it's still holding the 50-day there. So that's good. And the diamonds, the Dow, same thing. Looks like the SPY. We had a little gap down, but we're still there above the 50-day, but with a pretty big red bar there. So, and the MACDs are pretty ugly. So just be careful, my friends. Stay small. Trade often. Like the saying goes from the people over there at Tasty Work, Jen and Liz. They talk about that, and it's a good model. Stay small so you can live the next day to trade again. Remember, for some of us that are trying to do this for a livelihood, you just want to make sure you can wake up tomorrow and be able to do it again. Not blow up your account or have really big outside gains or drawdowns in our accounts, etc. I appreciate the feedback. One of the subscribers, King, gave me a nice feedback there. That's very nice to get some some support and appreciation and some feedback. And I think I've rumbled on enough for tonight. Stay safe and see you in the next video. Bye bye.